It was lunchtime, my senior year of high school. I bet a lot of you, or at least some of you, thought I would tell this story about my close call of death recently. And it would have been a juicy story. I probably would have won. But I'm traumatized and I'm not ready to talk about it yet. And I'm in a lawsuit, so I should probably shut the fuck up about it. So I get called down to the principal's office, and I'm like, what's going on? Somebody must be dead, because I'm a good girl. I didn't get in trouble in high school. I didn't even know what that office looked like. So I head down, thinking the worst, and there's no family members there. It's just my principal, who called herself the mean dean. No one called her that. She would say, they called me the mean dean around here. And I'm like, no one calls you that, lady. So she says, Ashley, you can't go to prom. And I was like, oh, word? I wasn't going anyway because my boyfriend's 29, he looks 50. So it wasn't in the cards for me to go. But I was like, okay, sure, why? And she's like, you haven't paid your tuition since October. And I was like, oh, really? Why are you telling me this? Tell my mom, the lady with the job, the adult. Like, I'm a kid. I was dating a grown man, but I was a kid, and it's my lunchtime. So then the mean dean tells me, well, you might not walk in graduation if this tuition isn't paid in full. And I was like, all right, whatever, mean dean. So I was like walking out of there, and I was like, that's really weird that she didn't pay my tuition. My parents, they were separated, but they had a deal where my dad would give me the check. I would take the check, give it to my mom, then she would, this was every month, and she would send it to the school for like 4 years. I don't know why they did that. I have some ideas of why they did it, but I didn't ask questions. I wasn't allowed to ask questions, and I never wanted to know the answer anyway. So I'm thinking, okay, she probably has like a stack of checks in her drawer. My mom's like, she's real flighty. She's forgetful. She like loses things. She's like, that's life. And she was the kind of woman that would like take me out of school and be like, you have a dentist appointment. But there was no dentist. We would just be at Red Lobster in the middle of a Tuesday. So I'm like, all right, she has the checks. I just don't know what's going on. And then I go to work after school, so I'm pretty distracted. But then I get on the bus to go home. It's the 66 bus. It runs up and down Frankfurt Ave in Northeast Philly. And I'm like, what would possess her to not pay my tuition for 6 months? And just then, the bus stops in front of Ashley's Unique Gifts. Ashley's Unique Gifts is a store that my mom had opened that fall. And inside that store, which was next to a church and across the street from a school, an elementary school, she sold intimate apparel, playful dice games like Truth or Dare, blindfolds, feathers, handcuffs, lubricants, different flavors, condoms, also different flavors, edible underwear, sex swings, dildos, ball gags, nipple clamps, vibrating cock rings, anal plugs, small ones for beginners, larger ones for the advanced, and water ice in the front so that when the kids got out of school, they could go to the window for a sweet treat. And it occurred to me, because I knew my mom for like 18 years at that point, I know how her brain worked. I'm like, she's thinking she's going to take those monthly checks and put them towards the rent for this store, this sex toy store, which will turn a profit, and then she'll pay my tuition in one lump sum from the store, the sex toy store that she named after her teenage daughter. And guess what? That's exactly what happened. I was very upset with my mom. Like, this is unacceptable, mother. And she said, don't worry, I'll come up with it. And it was a close call. I do not know how she came up with this amount of money because you don't ask questions, right? But she did. And on prom night, I was able to go see The Lord of the Rings with my old ass boyfriend. He's dead. He died of old age. No, it was drugs. Sorry. And I was able to walk in graduation. Of course, Ashley's Unique Gifts got shut down because it was next to a church and across from an elementary school. Thank you.